Today, solmization test. Welcome to this new video. Today I'm here with Robertus from Palermo.
From Palermo. Hi everyone.
Yeah, so Roberto is a guitarist. As you can see, he has his beautiful guitar with him. Say something about yourself. Tell something about yourself. So, where are you from?
I'm from Palermo, but I moved recently near Rome. I studied at Palermo Conservatory guitar, and I start to know about historical improvisation, studying composition with Maurizio Zan, composer based in Torino. He was the first person that talked to me about partimento, studying because I study with him harmony and counterpoint. So he was really into historical sources, and then I took the Bible of partimento, so Fenaroli's Partimento, Durante, Furno, and the Yerdinger schemas book.
Yeah, music in Gallant style, exactly, because there is a specific translation in Italian of this book by the Italian publisher Astrolabio. So in Italy we have an Italian edition of this music in the Gallant style. Exactly.
And I discovered YouTube is a wonderful world of so many topics and things, and pandemics. It's tragic to say so, but help to show educators and divulgators among the planet. So I discovered Nikhil show.
Nikhil Hogan show, exactly. Hi Nikhil, if you're watching us.
Amazing. I get to know Nicola Pignatiello, that is the one and only guitarist in Italy that apply partimento to guitar. I discovered him thanks to Nikhil show, and so I discovered you, Ricardo, your channel. And
nice.
Solmisation in particular is very helpful for guitarists, or maybe the guitarist that plays transcription of viola, for example.
Of early music, exactly. There is a lot of Renaissance music transcript with daily transcription for guitar from viola, but also from harpsichord or other instruments. For example, a 4-voice motet can be played on a lute in this way, in the same way can be played on a guitar. Of course, they are different instruments, but the principle is exactly the same. But let's continue talking about all these interesting things later. And now let's go more in depth with solmization, because I'm here with this test because Roberto joined my solmization course from Musicus Sotto Musica, and then now he is ready for the final test after this long journey. Have you been enjoying this journey?
Yes. You are very clear and in your instruction and explanation of this system that is a little bit tricky for one who studied the traditional 19th century, 20th century solfeggio, fixed do, do mobile.
Yeah, movable do, exactly.
Movable do, because the letters of the great system, the great scale, are for me at least, are the same thing as notes.
Exactly.
So D is re.
For example, for us
Italian.
Italians and French people, we have a system with the fixed do where we say syllables do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, and these syllables correspond in the ancient system to the letters. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And the ancient letters are a totally different system because they are only 6, and they indicate not the pitch but a proportion, so a relationship between each step and another one. So for us is more difficult because Italians and French people, because we have to change our point of view and to change totally the mind in reading with the ancient system of solmization. This is the most challenging thing
Yes.
when we
Absolutely,
face
yes.
with solmization the first time. Perfect. So we are here with some Renaissance music by Ippolito Baccusi, printed in Mantova in 1588. So let's choose the first Kyrie of the Cantus part. This is the first mass of this book of masses, 4 voice masses, Missa Signor mio caro, because this Missa is based on, if I remember correctly, is a madrigal, if I remember correctly, by Cipriano d'Errore, if I remember correctly, Signor mio caro. For this reason, the beginning is exactly the same as the madrigal by Cipriano d'Errore. Now, what can we see? What's the first thing we have to do when we face with a part like this? We have to identify the nature of the chant. So how many are, and what is, and how many nature of the chant we can have in a Renaissance page?
Be duro.
Exactly, be hard,
or be soft.
Exactly, we can have two situations exactly where we have the be hard nature, like this way, or
one.
be soft nature with the be soft in the key. In the Renaissance, you can't write in other keys. They are transposition. You can play in other keys or with other keys, as we say in modern music, but the writing is always or B natural or B flat. Of course, there are some exceptions, but they are exceptions. So, when the nature of the chant is B hard, we have to use only 2 hexachords, right?
Yes, the natural hexachord.
Exactly.
And the B hard hexachord.
Exactly. The hexachordum naturalis, the B hard, in G ut, and the natural hexachord in C ut. These are the 2 hexachords we use when the nature of the chant is B hard. Now, there are some places where we have to do mutation, of course, because this is the basic of solmization, passing through an hexachord from an hexachord to another one. So what's the rule? What does the rule say about mutation in B hard nature?
So if we have a D,
we have we have 3 places. The ascending.
We have to go to the natural hexachord and chant the syllable re.
Exactly, but exactly. D. So when we go up, we say re, as you said, perfect. Then the second letter is
La.
The
other point of notation is
the last E, exactly. So E for
descending
in English, exactly, descending. And what do we say when we go down, when you descend?
La.
Exactly, La.
And we are in the B hard hexachord.
Yes, exactly, because we have E La, exactly. And then
the A,
exactly.
ascending and descending.
Exactly. In this case, we do mutation both ascending and descending. So, if we pass through an A ascending or through another A descending, we do the mutation in both cases. Perfect. So, here we can see we have, for example, a D in this point. So, we can go up in this point singing Re here. So, let's write it in write like this way, Re. Here we have another, so a D in this point, let's write it D. Then we have A, both for going up and going down. So we can say La or Re, depending if we're going down or up in this point. And then we have an E in this point, so La. it's not necessary to underline here, to highlight here this D, because we won't go up with other positions above the staff, so it's not necessary the D on the last line, because the D in this position will always go down. So we are in the hard hexachord, exactly, yes, with the sol. Exactly. So how do we call the first note?
Ut, because we are in the hard hexachord. Perfect. And we start in G ut.
Perfect. So let's sing the first part, like these notes that corresponds to Kyrie eleison.
Okay. Yeah. So
you want to play the melody before with your guitar? Yeah, exactly.
Of course, I don't.
Yeah, we don't pay too much attention now to the rhythm of each note. Now our focus is on the intonation and on solmization. So because this is another aspect that belongs to white menstrual notation, the value of each note. So let's focus only and mainly on the notes, intonations, and names. Perfect.
So we have.
Pay attention. Ut. You said ut re, but.
Sorry. Ut so. Okay.
Yeah, it would be re. This would be re if the melody is like ut re mi fa, ut re mi fa. Exactly, but it stays in this point. So ut sol. We don't do mutation.
This is the problem we discussed later.
Exactly.
Before.
Exactly.
This is a D.
Because
so my brain is telling me this is a D, not a sol.
When an Italian person thinks usually D, it makes a corresponding place with re. So this is our difficulty.
It is very difficult.
Yeah. So ut sol, perfect. Let's go on.
Ut sol mi fa mi re.
Okay, perfect.
This is the first part.
And as we can see, we are on A ascending, here A ascending, and even if we are not doing mutation, because we already are in the hard hexachord, we call this re, because the melody is going up. So let's continue. Yes.
Fa mi. So.
Yeah, fa or mi. The fact is that it's useful to think it as a mi because we have the sharp. The fact is that there are not modulations in this kind of music. So let's sing it as fa because this is musica ficta. With the awareness, we sing it with the nature, with the property of a mi. So with the semitone. This is a very useful thing. So let's say fa, but rise up with the intonation, so with a sharp in singing. Perfect. As you correctly did, you did a mutation on this point, singing la on A, because the melody is going down. Now pay attention, because if we don't have this F sharp, it's not necessary to do this mutation. We can say fa mi re ut, but because below this J ut we have another note, we can't say ut mute. No, we need to do a mutation in order to have la sol fa sol. So fa mi la sol fa sol, because we have this note. So this is the essence of mutation. Exactly. And now how do we continue this melody?
So we are in the natural hexachord.
Exactly, from this point.
Because we are going down, descending. The melody is descending.
Perfect.
And so we sing re.
Exactly, the re. And in fact, this is a re ascending, a D ascending.
D ascending, so re.
Re.
Of the natural hexachord.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Re, mi, so, fa, sol, la, re.
As we can see, this melody talking about counterpoint and composition is like the repetition, similar repetition of the previous phrase. So we have, of course, the F sharp as we had it here. Re mi sol fa sol la, and then this point re mi sol fa with the ending different because of the final cadence. Fa sol fa sol. Perfect. Very good. So you passed the first part of the test. Now things become more challenging with the other nature of the chant. That is be mollis, be soft. Exactly. So we can read with solmization this other part in be soft. This one. From the Missa Primitoni, the second mass I think of this, or the third one of this collection of masses. And so, what's the clef? Because before, yes, we didn't talk about the clef. We didn't talk about the clef. The clef was a soprano clef.
The soprano.
Exactly, yes. But it's not so coherent to say soprano clef in this period because actually we only have three clef: the clef, the che clef, fe clef, and J clef. But what are their entire name? So we have the clef, the che clef that is called
che faut,
sol faut, che sol faut, exactly.
Che sol faut.
Exactly. Then we have, and this is the che clef because in this position we have che with sol because this che is sol in what hexachord?
In the hard. No, the hard. The hard hexachord.
Pay attention. Sol, it means that we have a tone below the sol that is fa, and then we have another semitone. So what's the note that stays a tone below che? We have the che B flat because sol fa is a tone. If you imagine going down here, if we have sol fa, so a tone. Imagining this is a che, we have sol fa, then we have mi in this point, then we have re, ut. So sol means the fifth degree of an hexachord.
Yes.
And so what's the hexachord on this point? If che is the fifth degree, what's the first degree?
F, cioè fa.
Exactly, F, not G, not the hard hexachord, but soft
mollis.
hexachordum mollis. Exactly,
mollis.
Perfect. And fa, che is fa because it's fa in what hexachord? This time?
The hard.
Exactly,
one.
because we have Jeut,
Ge.
Are, continue.
No.
Go up from J. Jeut, Are, Jeut, Are,
Jefa. No.
Befa.
Befa.
Jefa. Exactly. Befa and then. No, pay attention. Be mi. We have the natural. In the hard hexachord, we have the natural B.
Okay.
Ut re mi
yes.
fa. Exactly. So Jeut, Are, Be mi, and Che fa. So yeah, this is not so simple to think in this abstract way. But remember, the way you have to make your resolvement is this way. So you have che fa. So you go down from che and you think fa mi re ut. So your ut is a fourth down. And ask yourself, what's the key, the degree, the letter that is a fourth down? The F, the fa, che. What's the note that is a fourth down the che? Che, be, a, je. So
ut.
je, exactly. Je, ut, exactly. Je, ut. Perfect. And che is ut because it is ut in what hexachord?
The naturalis.
In which exactly in the natural hexachord, in the hexachordum naturalis. Perfect. And then we have other clefs that are the clef of F. Let's write it in this point. F clef. So what we can call bass clef in the ancient way, with this signature.
Yes.
The F clef is called Fe.
Fe. Fa ut.
Exactly, very good. Fe fa ut. Why fa?
Fa, because is the fourth degree of the naturalis. As
Hexachord,
said
perfect.
before. Hexachordum naturalis.
Exactly.
And the ut of the mollis.
The first degree of the hexachordum mollis. Exactly, the soft hexachord. Very good. And the last key, the last clef. The last clef is the what we call in Italy violin clef. What is called in English the treble clef, and this is the clef on that indicates G. G, also called G. With the what's the complete name? G.
G sol.
Yes.
Fa. No,
Fa.
there isn't. Sol ut and
Yeah, G sol. Not fa. There is another syllable, and ut is okay. Yeah, pay attention to because they are really similar. Che sol fa ut, but G is G sol. R.
Re ut.
Exactly.
Yes,
Che sol fa ut. G
yes.
sol re ut. Yeah,
Okay.
it's easy to.
Because it's the second degree of the soft hexachord.
It's easy to make
course.
confusion for this reason because we
Yes.
have Che sol fa ut and G sol re ut. Exactly.
It's the problem of syllables, voices, clefs, letters.
Exactly.
Is there,
Especially
a mess.
for us
I
Italian.
need to write it down and then I can navigate through.
Exactly.
So
Especially for Italians.
the Marinelli picture is amazing because you see all the hexachords and is like battaglia navale.
Yeah, imagine like a chessboard when you have
Chessboard.
Exactly.
Yes,
Well,
it's like a chessboard.
Exactly.
It's simple because
you have
you have to
at
do
the left.
the conversion every time.
Exactly.
It's really frustrating.
Exactly. We have here the grade scale with all the letters and in vertical, and in horizontal all the corresponding names with all the syllables. In a picture we can find Marinelli, but also in other many treatises. I took the picture for Marinelli because in my opinion is the not only the most clear but also the most graphically beautiful with organ pipes this way.
Yes.
So G sol re ut, because as you said is the second degree of the soft hexachord. Wait, sol is not because it's the second degree of the soft hexachord. Is re is because it's the second degree of the soft hexachord.
The
Sol
five
because
of
the fifth degree of what
of the
which
natural
hexachord?
hexachord.
Exactly. Che ut G sol fifth. So
Fifth,
ut
yes.
sol a fifth. Then ut re is a second. So ut in this case corresponds to F. So soft hexachord, and it is ut in the
Hard hexachord.
of course, hexachord J ut. In this case, the nature of the chant is
In
B
soft.
B soft. So, which hexachords do we use?
The soft and the natural hexachords.
The soft one and the natural one, exactly. So we don't use the hard one.
Yes.
And which are mutation places?
Allora, we have the G ascending.
Perfect. So G ascending.
And we are in the soft hexachord, and we sing re.
Re, exactly.
And we have
A, exactly.
descending.
A in English, exactly.
And
This time A is only descending, not as before,
Yes.
no longer as before, ascending and descending. Yeah.
And we are in the natural hexachord, and we sing La.
Very good. And the last letter
Is D, ascending and descending.
Yeah. And if we go up, we sing re.
Re, and down we sing La in the.
Exactly, as we wrote in this part.
Yes.
Perfect. Exactly. So this is what letter is this?
D, but we sing La.
Yeah, because it's ascending, as we can see in this point. So let's read, for example, let's write mutation places before.
Okay.
We did. So we had here a D
Descending.
for going up.
Okay.
Here it's not necessary to go down because we
Yes.
are at this point exactly. Then we have a G in this point ascending. We have an A and A descending in this point, so it can be useful. For example, look at this point. We have an A that moves down, and here we have a D descending. In this case, the ascending is not always so necessary, but I can see that in this point, for example, this the ascending, it's really ascending. So in this case, probably will be useful to do a mutation. So let's be careful about some points like this one. Here we go down. Here we have another D descending. So let's write it in blue because it's descending. Here we have another A. As we can see, not so properly descending because it stays here. But we have to pay attention. Yeah, this is not a La, sorry. I was reading in a soprano clef. It's a C, first of all. So I was reading in the soprano clef. This is exactly, it's a treble clef. So it's not an A. So don't pay attention to what I said. Now we have this melody here in the same part, and here we can have probably a mutation because, as you can see, we have a D ascending. And then, tell me, do we have other mutations in this line? We arrive up to the end of this part.
No, it's...
Are you sure? For example, from this point up to this point, do we stay in the same hexachord or do we have to do a mutation?
We sing La. It's D descending. We are in the soft hexachord.
Exactly. At this point.
Here we haven't mutation.
Yeah, but
at the because I see a little spot, not the entire melody.
Exactly.
Okay.
Consider this part.
Okay. We have a mutation in the naturalis because we have a D ascending, but we have a descending, A descending.
Very good.
Okay.
Exactly. And a trick you can use in when you read music with solmization is that if you have a part moving down an octave or up an octave, imagine for example from a D below to a D an octave higher, you will always have a mutation because when you cover the octave, the hexachord can't fit all the octave. Hexachord are 6 steps. Octave are 8 steps. If you have the Fa super La, they are 7 steps. Ut re mi fa sol la fa la. So 8 steps, you always need a mutation. This is not a rule, but it's a trick. When you see an octave, be sure you have a mutation.
Okay.
So exactly, let's start reading this new melody in B flat.
So
we said
La.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't pay attention now too much to the rhythm of the notes.
Yes.
We focus only on the intonation and on solmization. Yeah.
La, re, la, re.
Yes.
Fa, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, fa, la, sol, fa,
Very good.
mi, re. Of course.
Exactly. When we want to be sure you are singing a lip correctly, as I explained in lesson 7 or solmization course, you have to imagine all the degrees between a lip. So in the middle of the lip, in this way. So la, re, you think la, sol, fa, mi, re, and you arrive to the correct note. Yes. Exactly. And the same thing is valid for this big lip, this octave lip. So in order to know the correct name of this octave lip, let's sing the complete scale. The complete scale from the lower D to the upper D.
So re, mi, fa, sol.
Exactly. This is a G.
Re,
yeah.
Re,
yeah.
Mi, fa.
No.
Mi, fa, sol, la.
Exactly.
Because the mutation was in the G. G, B is re, mi, fa, sol, la.
Exactly. And so we say la.
Is like the first phrase. So
Exactly.
la, sol, fa, mi, fa, mi.
Yeah, so la, sol, la, mi, fa, mi. Very good. And yes, let's continue.
We have mutation. No, we stay.
No.
We stay in
The same hexachord.
The soft hexachord.
Soft
so
hexachord.
We have so fa mi fa sol la.
Yes, very good.
Fa mi. Okay.
Exactly.
I have to feel the steps.
Exactly. Now, Roberto is studying solmization from. When did you start?
2 weeks
ago, 3. Exactly. So,
because
when you become more confident, for example, every time you are on a la, and you sing and you see a fourth down, you will remember la mi as a fourth descending. Especially if you put your eyes a little forward, you can see this up and down. So it will always be, if you have a la mi fa mi. This you have to build your your language, your vocabulary dictionary with all the possibilities. If you have a fourth down and you start from la, you have la mi. Give me this note, the D, please. Yeah, like la mi. So la sol fa mi. If, for example, we didn't have the B flat, it would be sol fa mi re. So in this case, I know that sol, a fourth down, I have a re. So sol re mi re. If I know that I'm leaping a fourth down from la mi fa mi, because it becomes natural when you repeat this interval for thousands of time.
It's much fun that I repeat my sentence. Yeah. Ear training is very boring compared to this work, because you learn vocabulary, don't only intervals.
Exactly, and
you learn really a language, don't a fifth, a fourth, a second. You learn a language of which this music in which this music is composed. So it is really a vocabulary to spend in improvisation and learning new pieces. It's much simpler and funnier.
There's another important thing to say. For example, when we learn in a modern music theory a fifth, we know that a fifth is a fifth. But for the early musician, there are 4 kinds of fifths, depending on the position of the semitone. We can have the fifth ut re mi fa sol, ut re mi fa sol. We can have the fifth re mi fa sol la, re mi fa sol la. We can have the fifth mi fa sol re mi. Or we can have the fifth fa sol re mi fa. And then these are the 4 kind of fifth, because if we start again from J ut, we have the first type, so J ut, so ut re mi fa sol again. So the ancient musician had 4 types of fifth. We have only one. So in terms of ear training, solmization is a powerful tool, because when you have a semitone you think mi fa. When you have a fourth lip with a semitone down, you think la mi. When you don't have the semitone in the same position, you sing re sol.
Yes.
So it's useful for making association between what you can hear, what you sing, and what you read on the paper. Exactly. Yes. So let's continue from this point. We have la.
So la mi fa mi la so fa so.
Exactly. This is a chromaticism. A chromaticism due to the word adoramus.
Mm-hmm. And
mi fa. So now we have la sol fa sol mi.
Yes.
Exactly. And then
La, sol, la, fa.
pay attention. It returns flat because it's another melody.
Okay.
So la fa, yes, as you said.
La. Okay. La, fa, sol, re, mi, fa, mi.
Yes, very
La,
good. Very good. We do another mutation in this point. So remember, la sol.
This is the custos in D. So we
Exactly.
make a mutation here because we are
You
descending.
already did the mutation singing
Yes.
this note la.
But
Exactly.
yes, but we have to return to the mollis or not because we are
Actually,
descending. Or
no,
is
we are in the
step.
same note. It's the same note. It's the same note.
Okay.
De. So you can stay on la.
La, okay.
La, la, sol.
Sol, fa, la, sol, fa, sol, fa.
Yes, probably this will be flat. We can only know these things with we can only be sure if we sing the complete 4-part mass. But because here we have a cadence in this point,
yes,
and we have the B flat. I'm not, and this is the Mr. Primitoni. I don't know how we can have here, for example, a G sharp in this cadence. It can be, but we have to listen. We need to listen the other parts. So if we have a flat, we say fa in this point. Let's imagine now a flat.
Okay. So
I will say flat because as you can see, all the melody insists on these intervals. So fa mi in this point, another fa mi. Here mi fa mi. The ending of this phrase is fa mi, so it probably idiomatic in this mass. To be sure, I repeat, we have to listen all the other parts, but we can imagine now this is flat due to this idiomatic ending.
Okay.
In this composition.
So we end in mi.
Exactly. Very good.
So sol fa mi. And then we have again la sol fa mi, la sol la fa mi re sol fa.
Yeah, but pay attention, we don't say mi in this point.
La.
It's
the point of notation. Yes.
Descending, so la, very good. La, and this is re.
Sol fa sol la si la. Oppure fa super la.
The si doesn't exist. Exactly.
Fa super la. La.
Okay, pay attention.
Okay.
We can imagine this point like the fa super la, but to be honest, the fa super la, when we have the flat in the key, is on A.
Yes.
So we will sing here re mi fa mi. It's also correct to sing sol la fa la because it's like sol la fa la. The relationship is the same.
Okay.
But if you want to be really precise on this point, we will sing re mi fa mi. Okay, it's not correct. It's not bad sol la fa la. There are a lot of examples. There is an example, remember, from Caldara, where he says sol la fa la in a point like this. So it's correct. But remember the real fa super la, when we have the B flat in the nature, is on A.
Yes.
Exactly. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so we can say you passed the test. Yeah, of course,
I have
you have
to
practice a lot.
Yes, because of the conversion of the letters is really
learning solmization in 2 weeks is not so easy.
It's really painful.
There is an ancient source.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember now which is it. And this source says that for learning, in order to learn to sing music, you need 3 months with solmization. So you need 3 months.
It's
3 months
just a start.
Exactly, not 2 weeks.
Okay, but the theoric part, I was new to all of the system. I have really no idea. So I really get things together now, so I can practice. So I have the tools to learn the
what I
reading
suggest
process.
what I really suggest to you is that you listen and practice with the solmization exercises. This way you can listen and make your mind and your thinking more coherent to their only just listening.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you know the rules, you know how to do them, only practice and listen with solmization, the solmization videos that are in lesson 9 and 10 of the Fammi Festa Musica. This way you learn just by listening and singing, also with only the mind, because you can think, you can sing in mind with only with the mind, thinking syllables this way.
Sol fa sol fa mi re sol sol fa sol sol re fa mi la sol fa mi fa re mi fa sol fa mi re mi re.
How many musical notes are there? 6. Ut, re, mi, fa, sol, la. C is a later invention. Up until the end of the 18th century, music was read this way. Bach, Haydn, Handel, Mozart, Vivaldi, Corelli, all of them read music this way. And what about you? The system is called solmization. Have you ever heard about it? Go to this page and learn more about how solmization works.